Welcome back. My name is Brian, and today we dive into a tool that will help you remove joiner and planer marks, and that is a simple tool, the cabinet scraper. The blade of our cabinet scraper looks a little bit like the blade of our card scraper. However, there are some important differences. Our card scraper is used for finishing the surface, whereas the cabinet scraper is going to be used for more of a roughing type operation. The card scraper is often thinner than the cabinet scraper blade. Some common uses for a cabinet scraper are to get rid of marks from our planer or marks that are left behind by our joiner. Another use for a cabinet scraper is to remove old finishes, such as if you're using an abrasive method to remove finish off an old furniture project, then this is a good tool for that. Our cabinet scraper is a relatively simple tool. It has 3 thumb screws on it. The 2 in the front here operate the clamping bar, and that holds our blade secure. And then on the back side, we have another thumb screw, and this flexes our blades and changes the depth of cut. If we take a close look at our blade, what you can see is that there's a bevel on it. So this is supposed to be a 45-degree bevel coming from the manufacturer, but we're going to make sure of that and do our sharpening. Our first step in setting up our cabinet scraper is to create a 45-degree bevel on the blade. So to do this, I'm going to use a mill file. Some people put the blade itself in a vise and they use the file along the length of it. I'm just going to use this jig that I have that has this angled at a 45-degree angle. You can also do both sides. Many cabinet scrapers have a double-sided blade. The next step in the process is to sharpen the bevel on some sharpening stones. Here I have a whetstone, and I'm going to freehand sharpen this and then flip it over and also polish the back. One of the things I forgot to mention is that for a freehand technique, it's supposed to be helpful to lock your elbows up against your body and to rock your legs back and forth for the sharpening process. In addition, this is our coarse stone, but we're also going to be using a finer stone. And we want to polish the back side before moving on to our next level of sharpening stone. We're now ready to turn the burr on the back side. In our final step, we're going to use a burnisher. And what our goal is we're trying to roll over this burr so that we can create a nice cutting edge. Go down the length of our blade. And as we're doing that, we're going to go from a 45-degree angle to almost a 90-degree angle. And this sets up our cutting edge. You can feel that with your finger, light touches. You got a sharp cutting edge. Sometimes people will use the point of the burnisher to correct the burr. And so to do this, you would put this on a flat surface, move the point up against the burr, and you'd run this along the length. I find this hard to do. Before putting my blade back into the cabinet scraper, I'm going to apply a little oil since I got this entire piece of steel wet. Our next step is to insert our blade into the cabinet scraper. To do this, we loosen these thumb screws that are on our clamp bar, and instead of inserting it from the top, we want to insert it from the bottom because we don't want to damage this burr that we just created. One thing to note is that our blade is angled in that direction, and this is going to be the forward direction of how we're going to push our cabinet scraper. And so the burr is placed towards the front and not the back. We've got a couple sections of this board that have mill marks that we're going to try to make better. We can turn this knob on the back to increase the cutting depth. We still need to come back by with a tool to smooth this, such as the card scraper or a different plane, like this smoothing plane. And to prepare your final surface before sanding, you'd probably want to use a card scraper. Thanks for watching today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And in all fairness to the cabinet scraper, this is a tool I've only recently integrated into my woodworking, so I'm continuing to look at how to integrate this better. One of the ways that I'll be using this in the near future is to strip finish. I hope today's video was helpful to you, and I'll see you in a future video real soon.